From MDM Sports, this is the Merlino Report. Now reporting, Matthew Merlino. Good afternoon. Luke Voit backed his recent demand for playing time with a homer, 4 hits, and 4 RBIs, and the surging New York Yankees beat the Minnesota Twins 10-2 Friday night for their season-high 8th straight win. Voigt's burst came 3 days after the 2020 Major League home run leader implored manager Aaron Boone to keep him in the lineup, saying he deserved to play just as much as 3-time All-Star Anthony Rizzo, who was acquired from the Cubs in July with Voit on the injured list. Rizzo returned this week after missing 10 days with COVID-19, but got the night off. Voit was getting hot in Rizzo's absence and continued that. He's hitting .500 with 3 homers and 11 RBIs in his past 6 games to raise his average from .220 to .260. Voit hit a 2-run, bases-loaded single in New York's 4-run first inning off rookie Charlie Barnes and got another single in the second. He hit an RBI double in the 4th and homered to right center to open the 7th. Aaron Judge and DJ LeMahieu hit 2-run homers as the Yankees won for the 20th time in 25 games since losing 3 of 4 in Boston from July 22nd through the 25th. Bronx native Andrew Velazquez drove in his 5th run this week with a bases-loaded walk, and Brett Gardner hit an RBI single. The Yankees also won by at least 5 runs for the first time since beating Baltimore August 4th. They had played 14 of 15 games decided by 3 runs or less before scoring double-digit runs for the 6th time this year. Nestor Cortes became the rare Yankee pitcher to work with a big lead and allowed 2 hits and 4 runs in a career-high 7 innings. The crafty left-hander tied a career high with 7 strikeouts, walked 2, and threw a career-high 104 pitches after his teammates sported nasty Nestor t-shirts in batting practice. Josh Donaldson hit a 2-run homer and heard boos in each at-bat as Minnesota dropped to 10-27 against the Yankees since the start of the 2015 season. With an array of leg kicks and deliveries, Cortes got his 7th career win and continued New York's run of outstanding starting pitching. Cortes' outing gave the Yankees a 2.93 ERA in their last 40 starts since Game 1 of their doubleheader against the Mets on July 4th, and it marked the 30th time in that span a starter allowed 2 earned runs or less. Cortes appeared to tire in the 6th when he allowed 3 straight hits before getting an out. After Donaldson hit his 17th homer, Cortes allowed a single to Mitch Garver on his 83rd pitch. Following a visit with pitching coach Matt Blake, he quickly finished the inning and then breezed through the 7th. Joely Rodriguez and Brody Corner pitched a scoreless inning apiece to finish the 4-hitter. The Yankees loaded the bases without getting a hit when Barnes plunked Giancarlo Stanton on the foot, and Voit made it 2-0 with a single to left that whizzed past the diving attempt of third baseman Luis Arraez. After the Yankees took a 4-run lead, Judge hit his 27th homer into the right field seats in the 2nd. Voit made it 7-0 when Minnesota center fielder Nick Gordon was unable to make a diving catch at the left center field warning track, and the ball hopped over the fence. Barnes allowed 7 runs and 8 hits in 5 innings. Walker Buehler pitched 2-run ball into the 8th inning, and the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the New York Mets 3-2 Friday night for their 8th straight win. Buehler struck out 8 and allowed 6 hits over 7 2/3 of the innings, as Los Angeles improved to 5-0 against the Mets over the past 8 days, including a 3-game sweep in New York last weekend. Trey Turner had 2 hits and 2 runs. It was the 4th multi-hit game for Turner over his last 5 starts. Pete Alonso hit his 27th home run and had an RBI infield single in the 8th, but the Mets lost for the 7th time in their last 8 games. The rough spell has come at the start of a 13-game stretch against the San Francisco Giants and Dodgers, teams with the 2 best records in baseball. The Dodgers got off to a fast start as Turner doubled before going to third base on a fly ball from Max Muncy. He scored on Justin Turner's ground out to shortstop 3 batters into the game. Trey Turner started another Dodgers scoring opportunity in the 3rd inning. His 1-out single to center was followed by Muncy's RBI double to right. After Justin Turner walked, Corey Seager rolled an RBI single to center for a 3-0 advantage. Buehler had given up just a single while hitting a batter through the first 3 innings before Alonso ripped a line drive home run to right center to cut the Dodgers' advantage to 3-1. The Mets closed within a run in the eighth. Patrick Mazeika led off with a single against Buehler, and Brandon Nimmo followed with a one-out single. The runners moved to second and third on Buehler's wild pitch before Jeff McNeil struck out looking on a pitch that appeared to be inside. Mazeika was able to score and cut the deficit to 3-2 on a slow dribbler halfway down the third base line by Alonso. Buehler was removed from the game by Roberts and was ejected from the game by home plate umpire Nestor Seja as he left the field. After Michael Conforto walked to load the bases against Dodgers reliever Alex Vesia, the left-hander struck out J.D. Davis, looking to end the threat. The Dodgers closer Kenley Jansen pitched a perfect ninth inning for his 26th save. Buehler gave up 6 hits with no walks and 8 strikeouts, ending his run of allowing 1 run or less at 5 consecutive starts. Buehler's only 2 losses this season have come when the Dodgers failed to score a run, including a game on June 24th when 4 Chicago Cubs pitchers combined on a no-hitter. Mets starter Carlos Carrasco gave up 3 runs over 5 hits over 5 innings with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. It was a vast improvement on his start against the Dodgers on Sunday night when he gave up 6 runs and 3 home runs in just 2 innings of work. The Dodgers also have won 12 of their last 13 to move 1.5 games behind the first-place Giants, the first time they have been inside of 2 games back since July 20th. Now on to some game previews. What's happening in New York sports today? The Minnesota Twins, who are 54-69 and 4th in the AL Central, play the New York Yankees, who are 71-52 and 2nd in the AL East at Yankee Stadium today at 1:05 p.m. If you're outside of the New York area, or if you're inside the New York area and want to watch it, I think you can catch the game on FS1. The Twins' pitching probable is Kenta Maeda, who has a 6-4 record, a 4.41 ERA, a 1.3 WHIP, and 108 strikeouts. The Yankees' pitching probable is Garrett Cole, who has an 11-6 record, a 3.04 ERA, a .97 WHIP, and 185 strikeouts. The Yankees are 38-25 in home games in 2021. New York's lineup has 104 home runs this season. Joey Gallo leads the club with 29 homers. The Twins have gone 24-36 away from home. Minnesota has slugged .425 this season. Jorge Polanco leads the team with a mark of .481. The Yankees won the last meeting last night 10-2, in which we recapped just a couple of minutes ago. Nestor Cortez Jr. notched his second victory, and Luke Voit went 4 for 5 with a double, a home run, and 4 RBIs for New York. Charlie Barnes registered his third loss for Minnesota. Gallo leads the Yankees with 29 homers and is batting a .208. Polanco leads the Twins with 21 home runs and is slugging a .481. In the last 10 games, the Yankees have gone 9-1 with a .265 batting average, a 3.23 ERA, and have outscored their opponents by 24 runs. The Twins have gone 6-4 in their last 10 with a .243 batting average, a 4.15 ERA, and have been outscored by just 1 run. The 60-62 Mets take on the 77-46 Dodgers. The Mets are 3rd in the NL East, while the Dodgers are 2nd in the NL West. Game takes place at Dodger Stadium today at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time. It is the second game on FS1, so you got a New York baseball doubleheader on FS1 today, this Saturday. The Mets pitching probable is Rich Hill, who has a 6-4 record, a 4.08 ERA, a 1.21 WHIP, and 105 strikeouts. The Dodgers pitching probable is Max Scherzer, who has a 10-4 record, a 2.69 ERA, a .9 WHIP, and 170 strikeouts. The Dodgers are 41-20 on their home turf. Los Angeles hitters have posted a team on-base percentage of .331 this season, led by Max Muncy with a mark of .396. The Mets are 24-39 on the road. New York has slugged a .378 this season. Pete Alonso leads the team with a mark of .501. The Dodgers won the last meeting 3-2. Walker Buehler secured his 13th victory, and Muncy went 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI for LA. Carlos Carrasco registered his second loss for New York. Muncy leads the Dodgers with 76 RBIs and is batting at .273. Alonso leads the Mets with 104 hits and is batting at .256. The Dodgers have gone 9-1 in their last 10 with a .235 batting average, a 1.78 ERA, and have outscored their opponents by 32 runs. The Mets have gone 3-7 with a .233 batting average, a 4.35 ERA, and have been outscored by 11 runs. And finally, Zach Wilson will be getting his first chance to show his talents away from MetLife Stadium when the Jets take on the Packers at Lambeau Field at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time. You can watch the game on NFL Network. So a big day for New York sports. The Mets and the Yankees playing in a doubleheader on FS1. Yankees take on the Twins at 1 o'clock. Mets take on the Dodgers at 4 o'clock. And then at 4:25 p.m. on NFL Network, you can check out the Jets and Zach Wilson take on the Packers, and I'm guessing Jordan Love is going to be there. ESPN didn't have much information on these preseason games. But firstly, a word about this show. Just so you know, on the weekends, our shows will be at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, noon Eastern Time, or as close to noon as we can get them out. And for the weekdays, these shows will be at 4 p.m. because most of the sporting events on the weekdays are at night. So we pushed it later into the day, and also school is coming up, and school usually ends at 3 p.m. So if we do it at 12, I'm not going to be able to do it on the weekdays. So we moved it down to 4 p.m. And just so you know, if you're worried about a story that we didn't cover, it's probably because we missed our deadline. It missed our deadline of the stories. For the weekends, that deadline is 11:30. It's half an hour before the show. And for the weekdays, it's 3:30, half an hour before the show. So just so you know, if there's a story that we didn't report, don't worry about it. We'll probably report it in the episode tomorrow if it's big enough. If it's not that big, well, then we're probably just not going to report it. But that is the Merlino report for this Saturday, August 21st, 2021. I'm Matthew Merlino. I'm very happy you all watched this, and have a great New York sports day.